Hi everyone, welcome back to another topic which we are going to discuss today, that is Power Automate architecture. And thank you for tuning in. So, mo- before going ahead, I would request you to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Let's move on to the first slide. So, what is Power Automate? Power Automate is a service that you can use to automate repetitive tasks to bring efficiencies to any organizations. Okay, so it is an automation tool which combines cloud flows and desktop flows for both API based and UI based automation, and it's quite good tool, right? So it's a very efficient way to automate your task, and we have the cloud flows. That cloud flows basically it runs in the background. It is serverless and does not require a separate Windows machine to execute. Okay, so Cloudflow basically works on the principle of triggers. Okay, so like when a new file is created in OneDrive, when a new email arrives in your inbox, and so on, so that acts as a trigger for the Cloudflow to get trigger for the Cloudflow, and you can add some action like when new email arrives, what did you plan to do next? So you plan to uh, download the attachments from an email with a particular subject line to a folder, right? And how you can create cloud flows, you can have to go to make.powerautomate.com, and then the portal you can create cloud flows and then desktop flows as well. Okay, and where do you create desktop flows? You create desktop flows in your Windows 11 machine. I'm sorry, in the Power Automate desktop tool, which is installed in your Windows 11 machine by default, or you can also download from the make.powerautomate.com portal. Okay, so which are the different types of flows? We have automated flows, we have instant flows, we have scheduled flows. So what is an automated flows? Automated flows is like automation that is triggered by an event, like what I was mentioning earlier. Okay, instant flows, it does not require any trigger, but you can start with a click of a button, less like a manual trigger. Okay, scheduled flows, where you can schedule the flows to run at a particular time interval. Okay, now we move on to the desktop flows. So desktop flows is for the RPA automation. Um, like we have other RPA tools like UiPath, Automation Anywhere, right, which basically works on the UI of the screens to automate. Not only that, you can use desktop flows for API based automation also. You can invoke web services. Okay, and desktop flows are used to uh, perform simple or complex rule based tasks on their workstations. And some examples like you can quickly organize your documents using dedicated files and folder actions, and accurately extract data from websites and store them in Excel files using web and Excel automation. Okay. So now Microsoft is giving the Power Automate desktop tool pre-installed in the Windows 11 machine. Okay. So you can just search in your Windows search bar and see that. Okay. So this is the architecture. This is I have created in raw.io tool. So here we can see that our Automate Cloud is hosted in Microsoft 365 tenant. Okay, and it's authenticated by Entra, Microsoft Entra ID. Okay, earlier it was called Azure AD, and then it communicates to the Power Automate desktop tool via Azure Relay. Okay, and Power Automate desktop tool also communicates back to the cloud using the same mechanism. So there is an incoming web request from cloud to desktop, and then outgoing from desktop to cloud. Okay, and here we have I have shown a machine like a Windows machine. Okay, so this can be a physical machine or this can be a virtual machine. Okay, and you can create desktop flows in this tool using this tool. Okay, using this tool, and you can create UI based automation against this database or SAP, Salesforce, Windows services, and any other Windows, any other application. Okay, even you can use API based automation as well, where you can use invoke web services. Okay, so this slide talks about a desktop to cloud connectivity. Okay, so as I was mentioning earlier, so desktop in the Windows your desktop you have the UI flow service installed. Okay, where it communicates with the Azure Relay in the cloud, and so Azure Relay relays the web request to the cloud server, Power Automate Cloud. Okay, and then Power Automate Cloud responds back to the desktop. So the connectivity has to be maintained at all times. Okay, so UI Flow service is a Windows service that is installed with Power Automate on the desktop machine. Yeah. If you open your services.msc, your services, just search for services in your Windows machine, you will see these flows running. Okay. If it has stopped, you can need to restart it, and then your desktop flow will start working. Okay. And what is the Azure Relay? Azure Relay is a service that facilitates communication channels that are established entirely by making outgoing requests to the service. Okay. It achieves this by establishing a WebSocket connection or using HTTP long polling. Okay, and all the web requests are encrypted by default. They're using industry standard encryption mechanism like TLS 1.2, right? So data security is very important. So Microsoft has taken care of that. Okay, so that's all on this topic. I hope you have found this useful, and please leave your comments if you find this useful or you want something, you want uh, a video on some particular topic, so I can look over on it and start preparing on it so that it is useful for the people, right? So thank you for joining, and once again, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye bye.